All right, today we're doing an explainer on John Coley's WHiTE. Now, in this world, magic isn't some neat, tidy thing. It's raw, it's dangerous. We're told it can either save you or it can literally drown you. So this whole story is really about what happens when this ancient sacred order gets something catastrophically wrong, and a hunter gets sent to kill a monster that, well, just isn't there.
And that line, it comes straight from a character's dream journal, which tells you everything you need to know. See, in this world, we're not talking neat spells and wands. Magic is a fundamental force of life itself. It's finite, it's unpredictable, it's pure power. And as we're about to find out, that kind of power always comes with a huge risk.
And that risk? Well, it leads us right to the heart of the whole conflict. You've got this sacred order, right? Built on centuries of tradition, and they make a catastrophic mistake. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What happens when your absolute faith leads you down a path that is just terribly wrong? Seriously, everything in this story hangs on that one question.
All right, so to really get how things went so completely sideways, we've got to understand the major players here. This isn't our world. Not exactly. It's a world with a hidden history of magic, secret orders, and these incredibly powerful beings like banshees and druids.
So, what exactly is a banshee in this story? First things first, whatever you think you know about banshees, just forget it. Throw it right out the window. These aren't some shrieking omens of death. No, they are an ancient order of protectors. We find out that centuries ago, druids helped 5 women make this incredible pact, bonding them with fey spirits. And get this, the pact turns their eyes fiery red, their hair snow white, and gives them one single sacred job: protect their mortal families.
And all of this ancient history, it puts 2 very different people on a direct collision course. On one side, you have Croia. She's just a teenage girl completely drowning in grief, and she has absolutely no clue she's just inherited this terrifying power. And on the other side, we have Eoth, a super devout druid hunter who's been given one single mission: find and kill the ancient monster he's been told Croia is. So let's look at this from Croia's perspective for a second. This is not one of those stories where someone chooses their magical destiny. Nope. This is about having one violently forced on you at pretty much the worst possible moment of your entire life. I mean, just try to imagine this for a second. The man you grew up calling your grandfather, your papa, he passes away. And then, right in the middle of all your grief, your mom drops a bombshell. He was actually your father. And that's just the first domino to fall. It's the start of a series of revelations that are about to completely shatter Croia's world. Okay, so her father's death, that's the trigger. It awakens her powers, which she didn't even know she had, forcing her and her mom to just pack up and flee to this kind of strange little town called Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. And it's that's where the final impossible truth comes out. Her mother is an immortal banshee, which means Croia is one too. And now she's bound to this ancient magical duty she never, ever asked for.
So while Croia's entire world is just falling to pieces, her hunter is getting closer and closer. You gotta understand Ode. This is a man of absolute, unshakable faith. He genuinely believes he is on a holy mission to cleanse the world of a great evil. The problem? The huge problem? His information is tragically and very, very dangerously wrong.
And if you want to understand just how devoted this guy is, you just have to look at how he got to America. It's wild. So to cross the ocean completely undetected, Odes does this forbidden ritual. He leaves his human body behind to possess a chameleon. Then, when that chameleon gets eaten by a coyote, poof, he takes over the coyote. Then the coyote gets hit by a car, and his spirit infests a whole swarm of mosquitoes. And finally, that swarm finds a dying old man, and that's how Oath gets his new human body. This isn't just travel, It's a display of absolutely terrifying fanatical.
So now he's in the body of this elderly man, and Eoth shows up in Truth or Consequences. He starts playing the part of old Jim, just a kindly retired landscaper who wants to help beautify the town. But every single plant he touches, he's secretly infusing it with his magic, weaving this massive invisible web all across the city. The trap is being set. The hunter is in position.
And this is where it all comes to a head. The trap is ready. The target is completely unaware. After centuries of tradition and one terrible, terrible lie, These two paths are finally about to collide, violently.
The trap springs when Croya is at her absolute most vulnerable. She's walking home from her best friend's funeral. And then suddenly, a wall of roaring blue flames just erupts from the ground right in front of her. The heat is just intense. But before she can even begin to process what's happening, the fire touches her and her whole world just dissolves. Bam! She's instantly, violently teleported to a totally different part of town, miles away. She's confused, she's terrified, she has no earthly idea what is going on. And before she can even get her bearings, another wall of fire appears, then another. Odd's trap is basically toying with her, teleporting her again and again and again. And with every single jump, this horrible nausea grips her. Smoke is filling her vision, and her own magic is being violently ripped right out of her.
And then finally, the trap closes. She's completely surrounded, trapped inside this wicked pentagon of blue fire. She's powerless, she's choking on smoke, and she's just utterly exhausted. She collapses onto the hard ground.
Aod is watching all of this from a distance. The trap, it worked perfectly. He's done it. He has cornered the vile creature, the ancient thief of life force he was sent here to destroy. So he charges forward, spade raised high, ready to deliver the final holy blow. He stands over his target, he looks down, and he just freezes.
In that one single moment, his entire world just shatters. The hideous, ancient creature from all the sacred texts, the monster he has hunted so ruthlessly across the entire world, it was a little girl. Just a terrified, collapsed teenage girl. Aoth just drops his weapon. He had been so sure of himself, so righteous, but the evidence of his own eyes, it's undeniable. The monster he was sent to kill is a child. He was deceived. Everything he believed, his entire mission, it was all a lie.
This horrifying revelation obviously changes everything. The violence might be over, but the real conflict has just transformed into something else entirely. What started as a hunt, well, now it has to become this tense, desperate negotiation between two enemies who are suddenly facing the same devastating truth.
I mean, this is the complete and total deconstruction of Oath's reality. He was taught that banshees are these ancient monsters that steal life force. But the truth? They're protectors who guide lost souls. He believed his mission was righteous. The truth? His own druid brethren lied to him, manipulating him into hunting a child. He's literally left standing in the wreckage of his own faith.
So, in the aftermath of all this, Odd and the Banshees, they formed this uneasy truce. And during a meeting in the Dream Realm with the 800-year-old Banshee Queen, yeah, you heard that right, something totally unprecedented happens. Because Croya's mortal family line has officially ended, the ancient pact that bound them is broken. She and her mother are released from their duty. The Queen then declares Croya to be the first free Banshee, meaning she's no longer bound by any of the rules of the old world. And the story leaves us with this one incredibly powerful line from Croya's journal. She's writing about her mother, Maeve, and about all the secrets she kept. It's a statement that just cuts right through all the magic and all the monsters, down to this deeply human core. It's really about moving past betrayal and anger, and it leaves us with this really profound question. Can we ever truly forgive the people we love for simply being human?